Okay, hey. So we're going to do our post-observation conference.
Okay.
I watched your video. I think it was 20-something minutes long.
Yeah.
And you were able to rewatch?
Yes.
Okay, so it was a lesson on how to use symbolism in literature, how to identify.
Yes.
Okay, so talk to me. How do you think it went?
So I feel the way that my classroom management is going is where I'm getting to the point where I am able to reach certain students, but certain students are interrupting. I have students that are, and I've tried several strategies where the seat change, where I move one of my students to the front because he wasn't paying attention. But I feel at this point I need more effective strategies because he's now in front of me, but he's still interrupting me.
So you've tried seat changes? Have you tried any other strategies besides seat changes?
I've tried. So one of the things that I just implemented into one of my classes, but not all, is the tickets. So I give them like positive reinforcements where if you're doing good, I give you a ticket. And then at the end of the week, I have a raffle. But I haven't implemented on the class that I'm doing it right now. So I think that's where my next step is going.
Okay. How many are disruptive in there, would you say?
I would say probably like 6.
6 out of
34.
So 6 out of 34 make it difficult to learn.
Yeah.
So when I watched it, just even from the very, very get-go, is you had to say like what the lesson was.
Yeah.
Over and over and over.
Yeah.
So today we're going to do symbolism. Today we're going to, right, like over and over. It's because they never stopped talking at all.
Yeah.
I also noticed that little small group did everything they could to get you off task. And it's totally like, that is a normal 8th grade thing. They they love that.
Yeah.
Have you tried any of the like timers where like you've wasted this much of my time, so now I'm taking your time?
I haven't tried that, but I could try that. The thing is that I think, well, with my 6th period, I can keep them after school. But I guess my question is, I've wasted so much time in the middle of the day, like how would I make up that time? Would that be?
So when I've had that before, because I've had sometimes where like it doesn't butt up against break or after school or a time when their time is valuable, but it's do you have them at Pride?
I have a couple,
Which is right after break?
Which is right after break.
Their break, you can have break detention.
That's true.
You can absolutely.
Yeah.
You wasted 3 minutes of mine, you 6. I'm adding it up.
Yeah.
And so guess what? You're coming in because it's break detention time.
Yeah.
And every time you have to do that, they're going to get real sick of it really, really fast.
Yeah.
But you just got to follow through with that.
Yeah. Another thing that I want to bring up about the video that I was noticing now that I'm watching myself back teach, and I think you could notice, and what you're saying right now that I'm repeating what I'm doing, is that my transitions are kind of where I lose them. Like, while I have the presentation going, they're like, okay, but then once they like finish and transitioning to another thing is sort of where they're like, oh, let me go talk to my buddy, and that's where I'm like repeating, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing. And then I get them, and then as soon as we're transitioning to another thing, I sort of lose them.
So when you start out at the very, very beginning of your class period, do you go through, these are the 4 things that we're going to accomplish this class period, or do you just give it more of a general, okay, we're going to talk about this today?
Yeah, I think it's more general.
So give them a full specific, like, we're hitting this, 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 and this, and this. Do you also have some sort of a signal that they give you when they are done copying notes?
No.
Okay. That's going to help you with your transition. So it's, okay, in my class, because I'm a drama person, we're a lot of jazz hands, right?
Yeah.
So when I start to see all the jazz hands in, okay, I'm giving you 30 more seconds. You better get this note on because we're going to the next thing.
And that was
Please be
a
ready.
thing in the notes, if you saw, and the thing is where some of them were done and they were this, and then some of them were talking and they're like, oh no, wait, go back. And it's like, we're wasting so much time because you're talking and it's taking a lot of time copying down the notes.
So you have to address the talking before you even get to the other part. You have to address that first. So you have to attack that behavior before any of transitions are great, and it's a really, that is a normal thing when you're first starting teaching, is like, how do I get, that takes a little while, but I think your transitions are going to come easier once you address that behavior. Then it's you actually being able to teach and go to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So addressing that behavior and trying to find the balance. Kids like to talk to you and like they love being in your class, which is awesome. That's a total positive. But finding that balance of, I'm still your teacher and this is my classroom. When you grow up and you're a teacher, then you could be in your ways. But this is your time. So you have to, don't be afraid of just stopping and waiting. Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. Look at the clock and go. They will eventually, and it gets awkward, but wait for it. Do not talk over them, because it is not a battle that you get to fight. It's not. You are in charge. So don't be afraid to wait and make them a little bit uncomfortable, and then just like, well, look how much time you took of mine today.
Yeah.
So now you're going to make that time up to me at this time. And don't punish everybody. It's just that select group of 6. So should be your next step. And then,
All right.
All right, cool. Thank you. All right.